disappointment for Nicki Minaj fans in England. The rapper's show there postponed today because she was detained by police in the Netherlands. Minaj was taken into custody after authorities allegedly found marijuana in her bags at the airport as she was preparing to leave the country. While Dutch police did not identify the 41-year-old rapper, they did confirm an American woman had been arrested illegally exporting soft drugs from the Netherlands to another country.
Nicki Minaj being 48 years old and not being such a mean, nasty girl, a mean woman, I don't understand that. Why are you on here? I'm not even like a Meg Thee Stallion stan, fan, none of that. But why are you on there talking about that girl gonna be running on her good foot for the rest of her days? Your husband is a sex offender. I mean, you married him.
Y'all, it's a hot girl summer, so you know I gotta let, because this Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion drama just hit a whole new level. After some radio silence between them since Megan went on to clown Nicki following her arrest in Amsterdam. And let me tell you, Nicki did not take that lightly. She went off on Megan, dragging her through the mud and airing out all kinds of dirty laundry. But Meg Thee Stallion was not about to take that lying down either, because she fired back at Nicki yet again, exposing Nicki for allegedly being on some substances, claiming that Nicki allegedly has a little bit of an addiction problem with these substances, and that's what got her caught up in Amsterdam. Y'all, this beef is heating up like never before, and it's about to get toxic, y'all. Grab your popcorn, get your teacups, cause this drama ain't slowing down anytime soon.
Bullet fragment bitch, she a bullet fragment bitch. Now listen here, ho.
Y'all, there is some serious intervention that needs to happen between Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion, because these two are about to reignite their old drama. They've been had issues simmering for a while now, and now with Nicki's recent bust in Amsterdam, it's all flaring up again. Nicki thinks that Megan's been throwing some major shade at her since it happened. But here's the tea. Nicki got nabbed trying to bring some weed into the Netherlands, but the cops didn't drop her name. But they did spill the tea about arresting a 41-year-old American woman. They said they never confirmed the identity of a person in custody, but I can confirm we have arrested a 41-year-old woman suspected of trying to export soft substances to another country. Well, Nicki went live when the whole situation was going down, so we knew it was definitely her.
Carrying drugs.
I'm not carrying drugs.
Okay, but it's not a question here. I think it's
I'm not
smart
carrying
to go
drugs.
inside.
Number one, when I came here,
Yeah.
the
Okay,
back.
you can go inside.
I'm not going in there. I need a lawyer present.
You will get a lawyer. It's
No,
no
I
problem.
need a lawyer present now.
Okay, please.
Where am I going? I have no idea where
you
I'm
have
going.
to go to the police station.
What address is that?
It's 5 minutes away.
It's
They
5 minutes
texted
away.
it.
What's the address of the police precinct?
When you will catch your next show, we have to do it very fast, and we will help. But
You're talking about my show?
yes,
What about it?
yeah, we
They
talk.
said they will help to try to get you there.
They'll help to try to get me to my
Yes.
show.
So you get
How?
them out very quickly.
To do it as soon as possible. But we can.
What am I doing?
She also went on a rant saying they've been trying everything they possibly can to try to stop this tour. They're being paid big money to try to sabotage my tour because so many people are mad that it's this successful and they can't eat off me. They got caught stealing money from my travel jets, got fired, got mad, etc. This is how they plant things in your luggage. She then claimed that the substances they found in her luggage belonged to her security guard and not her, and that they were trying to make her take the fall for it just out of spite and to sabotage her tour. She tweeted, "Now they said they found weed and that another group of people have to come here to weigh the pre-rolls. Keep in mind they took my bags without consent. My security has already advised them those pre-rolls belong to him. They didn't know I was planning for them, just like they were planning for me. Me filming every single thing made them really mad." While all this was going down and Nicki was on her rant, Megan dropped a couple of side-eye pics, and y'all, I'm not gonna lie, she was giving shade. At first glance, it seemed like she just did an innocent picture, but fans caught the shade behind it and they commented, "Dropping a mean face card pic and all this madness, you're such a queen. You posting these while Miss Bigfoot got arrested? Gorgeous as always, Meg." And all she had to do was post her beautiful face and Barb's immediately thought she was shading the jail lady. Not them calling Nicki the jail lady. Well, Nicki definitely caught the shade and she was not having it. This isn't the first time that Meg's been acting shady towards her. And let's be real, she's been dropping some low-key shade here and there for a minute. I mean, a little bit more than shade with the whole Hiss record. Nicki's out here thinking Megan's being all shady about it, and now their beef is heating up again. And it's getting wild. In her latest song, Boa, she addressed the drama surrounding her song Hiss and how Nicki kept coming for her, saying, I took her from Bees and left them behind. How do you hate me if I'm in your mind? Sending me messages ain't Valentine. Bees is messy, but I'm petty. Don't gotta edit. Check the Getty. I keep it real, I keep it sexy. Calling for backup before they address me. Girls do all of that typing, but never once did I get pressed. It's obvious Bees obsessed. Well, Megan also said, all that effing talking, but let's see who really make a move. Post a picture, Bees, call me mother, now who's son of who? Now this is the wordplay that Nicki is most famous for, where she always says, these bees are my sons, which means that she is mother over the rapper girlies, and they some boys. She then asked Nicki to retire, saying that her time was up. She said, bees is doing all that womp 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 womp. Be your time up. Why is you not clocking out? Doing ish for TikTok. B, I'm really hip hop. They all know my ish hot. And listen when your ish drop. All my diamonds dancing. And I don't need to make no TikTok. Be your time up. Yeah, the people on social media keep talking about Nicki being old and needing to hang up her mic. Like, seriously? Nicki is in her 40s, not her 80s. And 40's a new 20, right? Ain't that what it is? But every time she gets in it with someone, they start talking about her needing to go into retirement. And then the TikTok line is a clap back to Nicki's verse in Seeing Green, where she threw shade at folks saying they better stick to dancing. And listen, the past drama between Nicki and Megan, ooh, let me tell y'all, if you don't know, these two have had bad blood for ages. It's not just about some songs or random beef, no. The feud's been brewing for a hot minute. Now, if you've been keeping up with the gossip, then you already know this showdown was bound to happen sooner or later. But frankly, I'm surprised it didn't blow up earlier because the tension has been thick in these streets for ages. Now, back in the day, Nicki and Megan were like little music BFFs. They were tight. I mean, Megan was a stan for Nicki. And Nicki Minaj even jumped on the remix of Megan's hit Hot Girl Summer, and she knows she got it lit. And who could forget the fun little Instagram live where Megan was basically bowing down to Nicki. She was like, Nicki's my idol. Been rocking with her since way back in middle school. It was some real fangirl energy for sure.
Since motherfucking 2008, when I was in 8th grade and I could listen to rap music on my own.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
But since then, the Barbs have been throwing shade at Megan, saying that she was just buttering up to Nicki in that video to score a feature. Now, I can't say for sure if Megan was just sucking up to Nicki or not, but let's keep it real. Nicki's been a major deal in the rap game, especially for newer female artists. I mean, she held her throne as the top female rapper for ages, going head to head with the rap dudes like it was no biggie. So of course, a bunch of up-and-coming rapping girlies look up to her because she was breaking through ceilings in an industry that's still mostly dominated by guys. It totally makes sense for Megan to be all starry-eyed about Nicki for sure. But you know what they say, never meet your idols, and a lot of these new rap girlies end up having beef with Nicki. But anyways, they were chill for a minute, but things started to get messy back in 2020 around the pandemic. A lot of folks thought it had to do with Nicki linking up with Cardi B on WAP, and Nicki wasn't exactly vibing with that, since Cardi B is one of Nicki's ops. And vice versa, because we all know that Nicki and Cardi have had beef brewing since they both jumped in Motorsport by Migos. It spiraled into a whole mess with the fingers pointing and gossip spreading, making it one of the craziest rap feuds in recent memory. I mean, who could forget that showdown in New York Fashion Week back in 2018? That drama had everybody glued to their screens. Nicki and Cardi have been butting heads for a long time now, even though they've toned down their public fights and no longer throw hands in public or shoes. You can still feel the tension between them and the subtle shade they put on social media. Plus, they've both been cutting off ties with anybody who seems to play both sides. So when Cardi and Megan dropped WAP, folks started speculating that they might have been the spark for Megan and Nicki's fallout, especially since Megan quietly unfollowed Nicki on Instagram around that same time. Their beef stayed mostly low-key though, with just an occasional shady remark here and there. Take for example, Megan's interview with CR Fashion Book. She was dishing on everything from her self-confidence to her music taste, but what really got people talking was her thoughts on women in the music business. Fans were picking on her vibes of subtle shade during that part of the conversation. This was when she was asked about women in rap and if she believed that women were finally being appreciated in rap music, and she replied, "Women are killing it in the rap game, so there's no debate about our staying power. There's still work to be done in terms of equality in hip-hop, but it's come a long way, and we have to thank the queens that paved the way for my generation. There is no Megan Thee Stallion without Salt and Pepper, Queen Latifah, Trina, Gangsta Boo, Missy Elliott, Lil Kim, Eve, and so many others." Yeah, that interview moment with Megan caused a big stir for sure, because people were quick to read between the lines, especially since she didn't shout out Nicki as one of her influences. But hey, interviews can be intense and names can slip your mind when you're on the spot. I'm not gonna take sides, I'm just saying. But let's not forget, Megan's not the only rap girlie catching heat. Fans have also called out Nicki for supposedly taking shots at Megan, especially during Megan's messy label drama. Some folks thought Nicki was throwing shade at Megan's album sales when she dropped Traumazine in 2022. Back then, Megan was in a serious battle with her label 1501 Certified Entertainment, and she was going back and forth with Carl Crawford, the label's boss. Things got heated to the point where Megan almost canceled Traumazine altogether, and when the album finally hit the shelves, it didn't exactly fly off, selling only 69,000 copies in the first week, and that's pretty low for someone like Megan. And after that, Megan went back to suing her label, accusing them of messing with the album sales and marketing. It was a big mess, and no doubt about it. But before the official records came out, Chart Data tweeted, "Meg Thee Stallion's Traumazine aiming for top 10 debut on the US albums chart with 40 to 50,000 units sold first week." But almost immediately after that, Nicki tweeted, "Wah!" And not long after that, she also tweeted, "They wanna be us so bad." Well, Nicki might not have dropped Megan's name directly, but the timing of her comments were suspicious as F, especially with all the shady tweeting that's been going on. So yeah, tensions have been definitely brewing and running high between them. And that shady vibe didn't stop with just comments. Folks also thought Nicki was throwing jabs at Megan in her track Red Ruby Da Sleaze, which she released last year. Fans focus on the lyrics where Nicki spits, "700 on them horses when we fixin' to leave, but I don't F for horses since Christopher Reeves. Gotta be careful when I dip, it's flips all in the whip, it's 40s with 30 clips, FNs within the switch." Now this mention of horses, it's got some layers to it and double entendres. On one side, it's about actor Christopher Reeves and his tragic horse accident that ended his career. But folks also saw it as a possible dig at Meg Thee Stallion. You know, she's a stallion, like the horse. So some fans took it as Nicki saying that she ain't cool with Megan no more, cause she teamed up with Cardi B. Well, fans were dissecting every single line of Red Ruby Da Sleaze, and some thought that that part about 40s and 30 clips was a nod at Megan's altercation with Tory Lanez, especially since it came right after the horse reference, aka Stallions. And then things hit a whole new level of messiness when Nicki took the stage at Rolling Loud and performed the song. She made a point to highlight that line about horses, which got tongues wagging even more. People were convinced she was trying to send a not so subtle message to Meg.
I said it's 700 horses when we fixin' to leave, but I don't fuck with horses since Christopher Reeves.
When Nicki dropped Red Ruby Da Sleaze, Megan was laying low on social media because of all the drama with the Tory Lanez trial. It was a rough, hard time for her to be online for sure, because the fans were split on believing her or believing Tory. But then just after Nicki's onstage shade, one of Megan's writer, Buddha Bless, dropped a hint on Twitter that got everybody buzzing. He tweeted, "Dis soon," with a horse emoji thrown in, making it pretty clear what he was getting at. The tweet set off a wildfire of speculation that Megan was gearing up to clap back at Nicki in a new song. Nicki's diss must have really hit a nerve, because Megan ended her social media hiatus and popped up at Vanity Fair's Oscar party. Let me tell you, she was looking stunning, and she had people really talking about the message that seemed to be sending to a certain somebody that she was all the way back.
Are you working any new music? Can we expect a new single?
I am. New album. Y'all. Bye.
Well, Nicki finally dropped Pink Friday 2, and in the song FTCU, some eagle-eyed fans caught what they think might be a sneak diss aimed at Megan. Nicki spit, "Stay in your Tory Lane beat, I'm not Iggy." Now get this, fans are convinced this line was a straight up aim at Megan. Cause anytime you say Tory Lanez, it's automatically thinking about Megan. And it's not hard to see why. With all the drama surrounding Megan and Tory Lanez, the shooting, the messy trial, and the crap she's been getting from media and online, it's a no-brainer. Even though it's been a minute since the verdict, folks are still pointing fingers at Megan, blaming her for messing up Tory's life and career, even though she wasn't the one who filed the lawsuit. Now, why did Nicki bring Iggy into the mix? Well, rumor has it that Megan's been accused of allegedly stealing some of Iggy Azalea's music video visuals. Iggy has been tight-lipped about it, but the streets have been talking. So when Nicki dropped the line about saying in your lane cause she's no Iggy, it definitely hits different. But then Megan dropped his, and it had folks buzzing for sure. Even though she didn't straight up name names, the shade was undeniable. And Nicki, oh, she definitely caught it, no doubt. There was this line on the track that speaks volumes, with not saying much at all. Megan said, "These girls don't be mad at Megan, these girls mad at Megan's law. I don't really know what the problem is, but I guarantee y'all don't want me to start." Now that line was very clever because it had everybody hitting up the Google search to find out what was Megan's law. And lo and behold, it's a US law about making info public about registered offenders. Now that's where it really hits home on Nicki's side, because Nicki's hubby is one of those registered offenders. Back in the 90s, he got nabbed for SA when he was a teen. He did his time and things cooled down, but then in 2020, it came out that he didn't register like he was supposed to when they moved to Cali. And you know what? That registration was legally required because of his past conviction. This was when we all found out about it. And let me tell y'all, it has been a very messy thing for Nicki to have to deal with, especially because people feel like she tries to defend him and downplay it. Like the time she said he was 15, she was 16 in a relationship, but go off. Y'all can't run my life. Y'all can't even run y'all own life. Y'all, that whole situation was a hot mess. When Jennifer, the victim, spoke out about being harassed by Nicki and her fans, it took things to a whole new level. She claims Nicki tried to pay her off to take back her story and even sued Nicki and her husband for harassment, saying it cost her big time. But Nicki has to suffer with the aftermath of all this. Fans always bring up her hubby's past as a registered offender. Whenever she gets into it or does anything people don't vibe with, they're quick to drag her by bringing up her man's history. And let's not forget about her brother too. He's also got a record, locked up for some really seriously messed up stuff. With both her and her brother being caught up in these charges, it's like fuel to the fire for all the negative attention on Nicki. They want to paint her to be the bad guy. So when Megan dropped that line about Megan's law, folks put 2 and 2 together real fast and realized it was definitely a straight and arrow bullseye in Nicki. And y'all, Nicki caught the shade on that diss, and allegedly she been having a full-on meltdown on social media ever since it dropped, taking shots left and right, both direct and indirect. And that's when the infamous Instagram Live came, where she sneak peeked Bigfoot. And let me tell y'all, she seemed to be throwing all types of shade at Megan. Nicki rapped, "That bitch, she like 6 foot. I call her Bigfoot. The beef fell off. I said, get up on your good foot."
She like 6 foot. I call her Bigfoot. The bitch fell off. I said, get up on your good foot.
Megan poked Nicki even more when she posted that laughing meme of herself in her Instagram stories. And let me tell you, Nicki was fuming. She hopped back on live to clap back at Megan, and she didn't hold back. Nicki straight up trolled Megan for still having a bullet fragment from the whole Tory Lanez mess in her foot. And then she went in on Meg for not having a man, and there was a whole lot of stuff. Nicki didn't stop there. She accused Megan of digging up old dirt from when Nicki's husband was just 15 and got the SA charges.
And bitch, she a bullet fragment bitch. Now listen here, ho.
Y'all mad because y'all don't have somebody that loves you and stand 10 toes down behind you. So you bringing up 30-year-old tea from when this man was a 15-year-old child. You bringing up 30-year-old tea because no man has ever and will ever fucking love you. And lying on your dead mother, on your dead mama, on your dead, you done lied on a dead mama.
Well, Nicki also went on a very long rant on Twitter, making up a whole lot of tweets that said stuff like, y'all wanna bring up family members and lying on your mother, told me to drink and go to the clinic if I was pregnant, all because I wouldn't let your funky butt pour liquor down my throat? B thinks she a bully because she got a Rock Nation brunch every year. Be mad at Party. He told all your tea, but you taking shots at my family? Get up on your good foot. Go apologize to your mother, you nasty serpent. She then tried to call Megan loose when she said, Megan's Law. For a free beat, you can hit Megan raw. She also made fun of Megan's messy situation with her former label, saying, went to college and claimed she don't understand a contract. Dumb B. She and her team told the producers she's been effing and sucking to not clear a beat song I've had for 6 years when they were begging me to use it. She doesn't want my song to come out. She also called out Megan directly, saying, you scary broke up, scared of me putting a song out but trying to spar with the queen, lied on your mom. Nicki then retweeted a post from a fan that talked about how Megan was playing Nicki for attention, saying, Bigfoot is a professional. She is not going to respond to Nicki. She needs Nicki to look like a bully because she profits off of sympathy. She's going to be mute for a while. She played this exact game with Tory. So needless to say, these two women do not like each other. And when Megan saw Nicki's arrest as a way to clap back at her and mock her, whoo, boy did she ever. Well, the rap girlies have all had a similar comeback to Nicki, saying that Nicki allegedly has a substance abuse problem that she has been trying to hide for years now. And Megan is happy that Nicki is finally getting exposed. Well, you know the streets have been talking all about it. Some are worried about Nicki in Amsterdam, and some are giggling with glee. Well, fans have been commenting saying, you can't police how someone manages disrespect, and the age-shaming Nicki is crazy. Hip-hop is not the place for moral righteousness. It's a competitive culture, and a part of that culture is cutting the heads off your opponents, even if that means cutting the head off a snake. Nicki is a classic narcissist, and if you ask me, she rose during an era when she was the only female rapper among mostly men. Now that she has competition, she's turned into a nasty bee, and she's ruining her legacy off the back of a ninja that's an SA'er. And I don't really care for either of them, but I'm kind of loving this messy drama between Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion. I'm nosy and love watching diss tracks get exchanged. Y'all, the situation is definitely giving hot girl summer, but in the worst way. And I don't think it's gonna get any better anytime soon. But let me know what y'all feel about this. Are y'all team Nicki or y'all team Meg? And who do you think started all this drama? Or is this just a case of miscommunication and they just need to talk it out? Well, drop your thoughts and comments below and then check out this next video.